my name is David Taylor. I'm running for City Council Group 1 at large. It's a citywide race, which means everyone that lives in Duval County can vote in my race. My background is that I'm an attorney by trade. I graduated law school in '97 and have been running a fairly successful law firm. We have 5 attorneys since 2004. I also have a family air conditioning and heating business. It's been in business for 35 years. I've been involved in it since I was probably 7 years of age. I'm running as a Republican. I believe that I'm a fairly conservative Republican, and I believe that I'm the most conservative of those that are in my race.
Thank you. Reports say Jacksonville has a $2.5 billion deficit in pension funds. Jacksonville taxpayers cannot afford to bail out or continue to pay these shortages. What solution or solutions do you propose?
I think the problem that you're describing is a unique problem to Jacksonville, and it is a huge problem for Jacksonville. As far as the solution, I believe that number one, with our new hires going in, we're going to have to change the pension obligation on behalf of the city that we're making to our new hires. We're going to have to reduce that pledge going forward because we can't afford what we've committed to in the past, nor can we continue to make those same commitments going forward. How do we fix the problem? I believe that we should try to grow our way out of this problem. Jacksonville, like I said, the pension problem is a huge problem for Jacksonville, but also we have unique solutions to our problem as well. We have Cecil Field and we have our port, and those are 2 areas in which we can look to grow our city and grow our tax base by bringing new jobs to Jacksonville. In my opinion, we need to add 200,000 jobs in Jacksonville over the next 4 years. Doing that will grow our tax revenue base without having to raise taxes. We'll see new revenues coming to the city, and potentially that could account for a big portion of our shortages going forward.
Duval taxpayers continue to struggle paying high taxes and fees. What idea to actually reduce the taxpayer payments do you have?
Very difficult question. You're talking about having a shortfall in your budget, but then how do we cut taxes at the same time where we don't have enough tax revenue to pay for our bills that we've already pledged to be good for, so to speak. I don't like all of the new forms of taxes that are disguised as other words, that are disguised as fees and disguised as things such as this. I think we should eliminate those items and look to balance our budget without the creation of new costs, new fees, whatever we want to call it, but it's still just another tax. And I think we should look for opportunities to eliminate those and stop creating new ones going forward, if at all possible. But again, we have to balance the budget, and we've got some hard times ahead. It starts with pension reform. Once we get that behind us, we can then begin to look at how we can eliminate those taxes disguised as other taxes disguised as something else, but they're still just taxes.
Much has been said about economic incentive programs. What is your position on these programs that many call corporate welfare?
I'm not in support of those. I would like to see city government stay out of business. I don't think city government as a whole understands business. I don't think they do a very good job of getting involved in the business world. I'm a business owner, whether or not it's the air conditioning business or the law firm. We just want government to get out of the way. We're not doing anything wrong. We can handle our own business, stay out of our way, less taxes, less regulation, less interference, and let the private sector take care of the private sector without government incentives, interference, or to me they're nearly synonyms.
Would you support or oppose any ordinance bestowing special rights on certain groups of people?
It's a tricky question, but as written, no.
What do you think of the plan to convert certain Duval County roads to toll roads?
Again, tolls are just another form of taxes, another example of trying to disguise something, trying to increase revenues. I think we should quit focusing on minor efforts to create new revenues, and we should try to grow our way out of our financial situation by bringing new jobs to Jacksonville, Those new jobs will bring new families. Those families will buy homes. Property values go up. We have an increased tax base because those people that buy those homes are paying property taxes. There are complications with that. Traffic, for example, the need for additional officers for public safety and things such as that. But I believe, ideally, I'd like to see a city that quits trying to nickel and dime the taxpayers and focuses on promoting growth and promoting big business to come to Jacksonville and raise its tax base that way, as opposed to just wringing the towel even harder, trying to get that last drop of water out of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, my name is David Taylor. I'm running for City Council, Group 1 at large. For the last 17 and a half years, I've been working as an attorney. What we do on a daily basis is negotiate. We tend to seek compromise. To me, that's a lot of experience to bring to the table, especially when you're talking about trying to establish pension reform. We have approximately a 98.5, 0.6 success rate in cases that we get involved in, whether or not they're criminal matters or commercial litigation or even family law matters, in reaching disposition short of having to take it to the mat, so to speak, go to trial, go to a hearing. And I believe that those skills that I've developed in the private sector would translate nicely on the City Council when it's time to try to reach compromises, especially with the pension issues that we're facing. Candidly, I don't believe that the reason why we haven't seen pension reform is because our first responders that are on the other side of the table, I honestly don't think they respect those that are on the city side of the table, and that's why pension reform has not been accomplished. If I'm elected, I'm going to make that a top priority. To number one, to grow our tax base by bringing jobs to Jacksonville and by establishing and acquiring once and for all pension reform so that our city can be financially healthy and viable going forward. I've done it in the private sector. I don't know why I can't do it in the public sector. Additionally, I'm a small business owner. I run my family air conditioning business at the same time I run my law firm. I know what it is to hire employees. I know what it is to have to lay employees off. And I know what business wants from the city to get out of the way and let us do what we do without excessive regulations. And I believe that if we do that as a city, that business will feel confident that they can grow, that they can add jobs, and that they can perform without looking over their shoulder and wondering which way the city is going to come at them next. And so because of my resume, for lack of a better word, I believe that I would be an excellent city councilman and an excellent choice for the voters to consider. I'm not doing it because I need a job. Lord knows I've got enough to do and enough on my plate, but I'm doing it because I love the city, I'm born and raised here, and I simply want to be part of the solution. Thank you.